Goal of our event today is to highlight YMCA Peace Week and to celebrate some very special people who will receive YMCA Peace Medals. I'll begin by introducing invited guests who are joining us to help honor our 2021 Peace Medal recipients. His Worship Mitch Chanchuk, Mayor of the City of Belleville. His Worship Jim Harrison, Mayor of the City of Quinte West. Councillor Stephen Wright, representing the City of Peterborough. David Joyce, representing Todd Smith, MPP for the Bay of Quinte and Minister of Energy for the Province of Ontario. John Mastarakis is with us, past President of the Board of Directors of the YMCA of Central East Ontario, as is David Allen, President and Chief Executive Officer for the YMCA of Central East Ontario. We also have previous Peace Medal recipients with us. Sam Brady, First Vice President and Portfolio Manager, Brady Clark Advisory Group, CIBC Wood Gundy, and Peterborough-based writer and activist, Rosemary Ganley. We'd also like to make mention and pay tribute to 2014 Peace Medal recipient, Ellie Barker, who passed away in November of 2019. I will now call upon Angela Connors, Executive Director of Community Race Relations at Peterborough, to deliver a land acknowledgement.
Thank you for that. And thank you for inviting me to provide the land acknowledgement for this auspicious event. Before I begin with the actual land acknowledgement, just a bit about land acknowledgements in general, because as we move towards creating a situation where these land acknowledgements are becoming more normalized, we run the risk of them becoming a checkoff item on an agenda. And so we want to ensure and be intentional about our efforts towards reconciliation. This is one small gesture, obviously, but to be intentional about why we are doing the land acknowledgements and let that kind of guide us in the way that we proceed. So I will be presenting this land acknowledgement, and I want to do it in a way that is grounded in the 7 grandfathers' teachings. So ensure that we are doing it with humility, with honesty, bravery, wisdom, respect, truth, and love. And so we acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, and our neighbors, our Mohawk neighbors in the Bay of Quinte. We acknowledge, all of us, myself included, that we are uninvited settlers occupying this land. And so I say Chimigwech to the First Peoples across Turtle Island for their care and teachings to us about the earth and our relations. And Chimigwech also to the land on which we live and play and work, the air and the water for sustaining us. And finally, to recognize that we all have a role to play in this. We are all treaty people. So when we talk about being acknowledging treaty and traditional territory that we are on, we need to really think about what our role in that is as treaty people ourselves, because whether or not you are Indigenous or non-Indigenous, you are part of that contract, that covenant between all of our peoples to move together in a good way, to be in relationships in a good way, and to honor all the teachings that have been given to us. Chimigwech.
Thank you, Angela. So we will now move on to municipal greetings, starting with greetings on behalf of the City of Belleville from Mayor Mitch Chanchuk.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be with you here, especially on YMCA Peace Week. It's wonderful to see some of the past recipients. They have made such an important contribution to our communities. And it's also really exciting with the news that we will be building a new YMCA in the City of Belleville to have a modern and contemporary facility that'll better serve our residents. I do want to offer congratulations to David McNabb and Dave Morello, the family of John Williams, and Eric and Liz Layton, and All these individuals play a key role in our communities, making it a better place to live. And we certainly want to offer our congratulations. John was a key player in the Quinte region for so many years. He's given us a community that we're also proud to live in together. And I do want to just congratulate as well Belleville residents, Eric and Liz Leighton. I'm so proud of being able to work with you and to know you. And this recognition is so well deserved. So on behalf of the City of Belleville, my colleagues on Belleville City Council, congratulations to everybody. And thank you very much to the YMCA for these special recognition events.
Thank you, Mayor Panchuk. We will now move to greetings on behalf of the City of Quinte West, Mayor Jim Harrison.
Well, thank you very much. And Dave and Ron, thanks for putting this together. It's a privilege to be here with you. I congratulate the Williams family, John in particular, of course, but John certainly left a mark and left a legacy. And I know that Heather's boys, Brad and Ryan, are following their father's footsteps. And Heather is very proud, and rightly so. And I'm proud to be here and proud to represent all the people in the City of Quinte West and the Bay of Quinte region. And I say to each and every one of you, keep up the good work. It's the best place to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Harrison. Now we have greetings on behalf of the City of Peterborough, Councillor Stephen Wright.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation on behalf of Her Worship Mayor Diane Tarrant and all members of council. We'd like to congratulate the recipients this year and thank them all for the wonderful work that they do in the various communities, and for the Y for what they also do to benefit the lives of individuals in our community.
Thank you, Councillor Stephen Wright. And Bill, sorry, just a little tech issue here. We can see on the screen someone's email. Can you please assist in removing the shared screen? Thank you so much. So next we will move on to greetings on behalf of the MPP for the Bay of Quinte riding, Todd Smith, Minister of Energy for the Province of Ontario, presented by David Joyce.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I have some prepared comments from MPP Todd Smith, so bear with me. He wanted to be here, obviously, but he's at Queen's Park today, but wanted me to bring greetings on his behalf. So welcome, everyone. Mayor Harrison, Panchuk, Councillor Wright, and staff and board of the YMCA during this Peace Week. The YMCA has long been a great partner with the province in providing healthy, active living for all ages and providing quality childcare for many years. We know these to be activities that contribute to the state of wellness, of peace, and for those who use their facilities and programs. We're particularly excited here in Bay of Quinte to see how you can expand upon that work. And as Mayor Panchuk said, we've got the Center for Life in Belleville taking shape. When you think about it, the state of peace is never easy. Never easy on a personal level, let alone between individuals and between states. We've always got thoughts coming into our heads, and our modern world is always made harder trying to disconnect from our cell phones, the 24-hour news and business cycle. Peace is something we have to work for, something to find within ourselves and deliver for our communities. I understand that when the YMCA created this medal in recognition of a New Brunswick couple that walked to New York City to raise awareness of the UN Disarmament Conference, they set an acronym for people working for peace. They were looking for good models, displaying participation, empathy, advocacy, community-mindedness, and empowerment in their daily activities. Through these actions, it's possible to find self-fulfillment to make the world better for those around us. The late John Williams, the former Quinte West mayor, the honorary colonel and prominent Quinte businessman, was a well-known example of get her done, and in so many ways for our region, and he's a fitting recipient today. I'm also pleased to see Eric and Liz Leighton receive consideration. They make their livelihood offering protective solutions that provide peace of mind for workers and their employers here in Ontario and around the world. They're humbly and selflessly leverage that success to improve health care and opportunities for children close to home. I also understand Mr. Morello and Mr. McNabb have provided similar outstanding acts of generosity of their time and resources within Peterborough community and looking forward to hearing more about those examples further on. On behalf of the province, I'd like to congratulate and thank all of the recipients here, both present and past across Ontario, and working for peace in their communities. It's also a good time to recognize the many others who are also doing what they can. And in closing, I'd like to also encourage others to follow their lead and to think about how their participation can empower and transform our communities. And finally, in the words of the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize winner Desmond Tutu, and I quote, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that truly overwhelm the world," unquote. Thank you for the time today.
Thank you, David. And now we will hear greetings from the MPP for the Bay of Quinte, Ryan Williams.
Good morning, everyone, and I apologize. I'm just jumping out of caucus this morning in Ottawa, so we start Parliament next week. But so happy to be here. On Dad's recipientation of the medal. I think it's just incredible, and our family is so proud to see that, and also for the Leightonans and seeing the work that they've done in this region is, and as David Joyce has just said, the work that people do for this area is just incredible. The amount of people that put their time in and ensure that we have a better community today than we did yesterday. And I can speak from Dad's work that he did in the region and just such the great mentor he was, not only to me and to our family, but to the community. That get her done sense of attitude that he had to ensure that it wasn't just doing it because he wanted something from it. It was because he did it because he wanted to ensure the community was better. And the time and the energy that he put in, and I know that the Leightonans put in to this community and all recipients of this medal, it is just an incredible honor to have him included with others and to see the work continue in this region. And to everyone who is involved, is involved with the YMCA itself and that organization, helping children and ensuring, as the city of Belleville is doing right now, that we have a new facility to ensure that children and programming continues in a new state-of-the-art facility, to ensuring that facilities that we've had, like we do in Quinte West and in Peterborough, continue to grow and be good. I think it's just so important that the YMCA is part of this community and that the people behind that continue to do what they're doing. And I'm going to tell a quick little story from Dad. I know that when the YMCA was being built in Quinte West in 2008, 2009, Dad would attend a lot of the site meetings. And I talked to an engineer a few weeks ago who said that at one of these meetings, it was announced by the site planner that they would have to delay the schedule by a few months, I guess it was. And knowing Dad, he would not have liked that. And I think he was quiet for most of the meeting. At the end of the meeting, this was around 2009, so the economy wasn't doing too well. And he looked down and he said, "Well, I have only one thing to say. I don't know right now if this news is as bad or if my stock portfolio is bad." So he had a sense of humor, but again, pushed, made sure we know him. He would have pushed hard, made sure that center opened on time. And of course, anyone who's been to Quinte West to see that YMCA, what an incredible facility for Quinte West. And it was great for him. So nice to be here. Greetings to everyone from Ottawa. Continue the good work and congratulations to all.
Thank you, Ryan. And we will now receive a message from the YMCA Board of Directors from John Masterakos, past President Board of Directors for the YMCA of Central East Ontario. Oh, sorry, John, we can't hear you because you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. And as past president of the YMCA of Central East Ontario, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome everyone who has joined us this morning. And I bring greetings and express congratulations and gratitude on behalf of the YMCA of Central East Ontario Board to this year's recipients of the YMCA Peace Medal. I can tell you I feel very fortunate to participate in this ceremony as I have in the past, because it's so inspiring to hear what people are doing in our communities and often what we don't know about or the people we don't hear about that are accomplishing. The individuals we are recognizing today have in their own way taken it upon themselves to serve and use their influence to impact the lives of our most vulnerable and in need of support. As have those who have been awarded the Peace Medal in the past, all in very different ways and for doing different things. Today's 5 recipients have time and again stepped up when our communities and our people have needed them the most. They have imagined our communities as a place where everyone can feel a sense of belonging, where people come together and can experience harmony among all. They work and spread a message of peace, and through their actions have demonstrated the importance of our YMCA core values of caring, honesty, respect, responsibility, and inclusiveness. So to David, Dave, Liz, Eric, and our friend, the late John Williams, we thank and recognize you for your efforts and sharing of your gift of love, kindness, and peace in our communities.
Thank you, John. And so now myself, Kara Reynolds, fundraising coordinator for the YMCA of Central East Ontario, will deliver the YMCA Peace Medal address. The YMCA believes peace is more than the absence of violence and conflict. Peace is the ongoing work of building and rebuilding conditions of fairness, inclusion, empathy, security, and respect for diversity. When Canadians embody the values of peace, which we define as participation, empathy, advocacy, community, and empowerment, through our daily actions, we can build stronger communities and create a better Canada. Today, we gather to honor outstanding local peacemakers across our region with the YMCA Peace Medal. YMCA Peace Medals are presented to individuals or groups who, without any special resources, status, wealth, or position, demonstrate a commitment to the values of peace through contributions made within their local, national, or global community. Since 1987, more than 2,000 individuals and groups across Canada have been recognized for their peace-building work with the YMCA Peace Medals. When we award peace medals, we celebrate others' contributions to peace and recognize the acts for peace taking place within our communities. So I will now pass it over to a past Peace Medal recipient for the Peace Medal address, Mr. Sam Brady, first Vice President and Portfolio Manager of the Brady Clark Advisory Group.
I'm coming. There we are. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the special honor of being able to participate in today's presentation. I was a recipient of the Peace Medal in 2018, and that was following my stint as chair of the YMCA Strong Kids campaign. I must say we did beat our target that year of $170,000. And we had some great successes through no small effort of all the members of our committee, the YMCA staff, and the generosity of our greater community. One of those committee members, Liz Leighton, is being recognized today, and I'm humbled to be considered in the same company as Liz Leighton, let alone the same Zoom meeting, and her amazing husband, Eric Leighton. They are both generous to a fault, lovely people, and incredible contributors to our community. If you take note of charitable sponsorships in our region, there are not many that happen without the volunteer time and the support of Impacto and the Leighton family. Constant and consistent advocates for those in need within our region, especially kids. And I will note that the Leightons killed their target and topped our $170,000 of our Strong Kids campaign during their stint as chairs. John Williams was and still is a pillar of our community. The Greater Quinte region is a better place because of John Williams, his wife Heather, and their children Ryan and Brad. John's years of success in business, in public service, and as a regular philanthropist in our community puts him in rarefied air. John was a giver. In both of these cases, the Leightons and John Williams, these incredible families not only give of their financial resources, but also most notably of their time. Not all can come to the table with money, but we can all come to the table with our time to volunteer and to care. And without a doubt, John Williams and Liz and Eric Leighton care, and they give in spades. Thanks to the YMCA family that I grew up with, and to those that make the Y such an amazing place today. So Dave Allen, Amanda Smith, Ron Riddell, and your entire staffs. Thank you. You're all very special people. The Y is a place that brings together our entire community of all ages across the entire socioeconomic spectrum. And if you want to see the Y in action, you may first think of all of its members and the healthier lifestyles that they lead because of the YMCA and its facilities. But when you look a little deeper, you see the impact of the YMCA has on our community through the after-school programs, the summer camps, which allow parents to get to work or enjoy a little bit of respite. I always loved going to our Strong Kids meetings and tiptoeing past the daycare in the midst of nap time, with all the little bums in the air, tucked tight in their mats. These daycare programs allow families with limited other options to lead more productive lives and contribute to their communities as well. Not everyone comes from a loving household with financial means to be a contributor. And in its own way, the YMCA makes it easier for all of us to do that, to be healthier, better contributing people. I congratulate the Williams family and I congratulate the Leightonans. Thank you, and good luck to all of the recipients.
Thank you so much, Sam. So now we will move on to the highlight of today. And there's a photo of Sam receiving his medals for sharing with everyone. The highlight of today is the introduction to the 2021 Peace Medal recipients. So in no particular order, we will start with David McNabb, presented by Kelly Brocklehurst, General Manager of the Balsillie Family Branch.
Thanks, Kara. Catherine Sanchez came to Canada with her family over 9 years ago. Right from the beginning, David McNabb and his family helped her and her family feel welcome and included in their new country. David and his wife, Christy, became their Canadian family and made their new life better. Since Catherine has known David, he has always helped others. He has always supported acts of kindness and has seen the best in people. David McNabb is a retired Ontario Provincial Police Officer, Trent University professor, and community activist. Catherine says he has inspired so many like herself to step up and get involved to support important causes around the world. David and his wife, Christy, were instrumental in founding Salam Peterborough, a group of families who came together to sponsor a refugee family from Syria. David, Christy, and other co-sponsors helped raise funds to bring a mother, Amal, and her 3 children to Canada. They made it their mission to sponsor Amal's family living in Lebanon among the many millions of Syrian refugees who fled for their lives. Amal and her 3 children escaped ISIS territory only to have Islamic State's violence follow them to Lebanon. Amal's children had not been in school for 2 years, afraid to leave their windowless room. 3 months after being matched with families from Peterborough, Amal and her 3 children arrived in Peterborough to start their new life. Another act of kindness on behalf of David was reaching out to an 18-year-old Syrian refugee, Rashid, living alone in Turkey. David connected to Rashid after the teenager had posted a desperate plea in a Facebook post and was subjected to abuse, including racism. Rashid had little knowledge of English and posted a request in a Facebook group for guidance on how he can come to Canada to start a new and safe life. David was appalled by the hateful and anti-immigrant comments. He immediately wanted to help Rashid to pursue his dream of studying to become an engineer. David has been working with Rashid to improve his English with the help of Trent University by providing structured lessons. As David said, and I'm pretty sure he'll still say he says, we've got people willing to come here and work their asses off for a better life. They want to pay taxes. They want to make Canada a better place. We have so much here not to share it. That's the first lesson I learned. The second is anyone can make a difference. One person can make a huge difference for anyone. All you have to do is wake up and try. The end goal is to get Rashid here safely, get him going on his education and career, and see if we can one day help reunite him with his family. David's charitable work does not stop here. Recently, he drove across the nation in a Lamborghini tour to help a young cancer survivor. The funds raised helped 5-year-old Johanita from Ecuador, who was diagnosed with a brain tumor at 18 months old. The funds were used for special medication and radiation treatment, and Johanita's family could not afford. David was also part of a massive Christmas toy drive for young children that supported various organizations such as a New Canadian Center. And being an OPP officer, he rode his bike every year with the Pedal for Hope campaign, raising money for sick kids. That inspired Catherine and her kids to shave their heads for the cause. David also organized and participated in a ghost pepper challenge. And I saw this on video where they actually ate these very, very hot peppers. Money raised supported One City Peterborough to help provide affordable housing and community safety. In closing, Catherine says that these are just some of the stories I can tell you. David is an amazing human being who helps us see the good in people. His purpose is to help others. Thank you, David, for bringing empathy, participation, and empowerment to our community. David, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Kelly, for not only your kind words, but for meeting me and presenting me with the award. Thank you to the YMCA and to all of its staff and everyone involved in these awards, and also involved in the YMCA and what you folks do every day. It's so wonderful that you provide the opportunities to people in our communities that you do. Without you, it just wouldn't be the same for so many. I'd like to thank Kathy Sanchez as well for nominating me. I was quite surprised. It came out of the blue. I at first wondered, what did I do to deserve this? But I can tell you that Kathy Sanchez is also someone we think the world of. So nice to hear her kind words and for her to say the things that she said. I can tell you that my family has really enjoyed the friendships and relationships with Kathy and her family. And our world got better when they came to Canada. And I also believe that Canada got better when Kathy's family arrived here as well. They're wonderful people. I'd like to also offer my congratulations to the other recipients. I'd like to particularly mention Dave Morello. I know from past experience that he's been behind a lot of community events and supported a lot of things that I've been fortunate to be involved with. I've often gone to him with help for fundraisers or community events. I wasn't aware of everything he did. I already knew it was a lot, but turns out it was even more than I thought. So congratulations, Dave. And I can tell you it's such an honor to be involved in this same ceremony as you and to the other recipients as well. So my congratulations. It's an honor and a privilege for me to also live in Peterborough. It's a wonderful community and it is not hard to find a way to help others. There's always something going on. There are people here. It's like a network of people that are constantly involved in a variety of things. And it's just such a wonderful experience to live here and to take part in these things with them. I feel very fortunate to have lived and to have worked in such a wonderful community. Life here is truly like no other place that I know of. I'd also like to say that as a result of some of the things I've been fortunate enough to be involved with, my wife and my family and I have developed some amazing friendships with people, not only here in Peterborough, but around the world as well. We just came back from a vacation in the Galapagos Islands and met some of the people that we'd been friends with. And we were a bit worried, when would we see them again with the pandemic? And it was so wonderful to reunite with them. I just feel like I've been fortunate. Everything that I've been involved with has been so enriching for my life and the life of my family as well. Thank you again to everybody involved. I'm very honored and thrilled to receive such an award. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you so much, David. And next we will honor Mr. Dave Morello, presented by David Allen, President and CEO of the YMCA of Central East Ontario. You're muted.
There we go. My apologies. Have you ever met that person in your life that exudes all that is good in people? A kindness, compassion, and caring for others that at times leaves you speechless. And for those of you who know me, for me to be speechless, it takes a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to that person, Dave Morello. Dave Morello has been the owner operator of Morello's Your Independent Grocer since August of 2000 in Peterborough. From day one, Dave has demonstrated not only a commitment to his store and staff, but to the city of Peterborough. Dave has always felt a responsibility to the community and his role in helping and bettering Peterborough where possible. Dave, each and every day, supports several local events with donations of store space, product, gift cards to help ensure their fundraisers are successful. In addition to his numerous volunteer roles and charitable contributions with organizations such as the Easter Seals, the Rotary Club of Peterborough, 5 Counties of Peterborough, Hospice Peterborough, Dave is a longtime YMCA board member and chair of our YMCA Strong Kids, Your Y is Here campaign. Dave has been recognized for his outstanding community work with a number of awards, including the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medallion, Peterborough and District Volunteer of the Year, Peterborough Business Citizen of the Year, and Top 20 Most Influential Persons in Peterborough, among many others. I don't know where he finds the time, as while this pandemic may have affected us in different ways, for some, it may have slowed down life a bit. For Dave and his team at Morello's Independent Grocer, it meant moving faster and nonstop. While asking me, what else can I do for the Y, I would learn that Dave was working 7 days a week for months. For obvious reasons, his business is an essential service. I have had the privilege of working with Dave for just over 12 years. His energy, his commitment, his dedication to community and helping others seems to have no boundaries. He quite simply never stops. Dave wants to do more. He wants to give back and wants to support those in need. It is my honor and privilege to award a 2021 YMCA Peace Medal to Mr. Dave Morello. Dave, thank you for everything you do in our community and in our region. And Dave, I will turn it over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Amazing, kind words. Listening to you speak is something I always enjoy doing because you have an amazing way of getting a message across. And when you listen to someone speak about yourself, it's quite humbling. Thank you to the Y. Certainly, this is quite an honor. When you called me there a few weeks ago, it just hadn't sunk in during the phone call until afterwards, and it's frankly overwhelming. Congratulations to Dave McMahon as well, who I've got to work with over the years, and the other recipients. Congratulations to you all. I'd like to tell a quick story if I could. Over 20 years ago, when I was looking to buy this store as a franchise with Loblaws, all I talked about day in, day out was the store. Moving to Peterborough, buying this business, that's all I talked about. I drove everyone in my family absolutely crazy. Then one day I received the phone call from Loblaws offering Kim and I this franchise, and my excitement quickly changed to fear. I started to question my ability and started to question this move we were about to make, and if we could be successful at a business in Peterborough, in a community we weren't all that familiar with. And what brought me comfort and confidence actually was remembering and recognizing what had allowed me to be successful in the past, was essentially being guided by the principles of peace. My focus prior to moving to Peterborough had always been with supporting the community, doing the right things within the community in terms of fairness, inclusion, respect. And immediately I became comfortable and confident. And in 2000, we moved forward with that philosophy, being guided by peace, understanding that if we are to be successful in business, we need to be a part of the community, support the community, and do everything we can do within our powers to support the community. I'm glad to have been introduced to the Y many years ago. I've enjoyed our time in Peterborough, and just a thrill to receive this honor. So thank you very much. I can't believe it.
Thank you so much, Dave and Dave. So next we will honor Eric and Liz Leightonen, presented by Amanda Smith, General Manager of the Belleville branch.
Thanks, Kara. Hello, it is my pleasure to speak today about Eric and Elizabeth Leightonen, our Quinte Region recipients of the YMCA High Honor Award, the Peace Medallion. Eric and Liz Leightonen are Belleville residents who own and operate a local business, Impacto Protective Products. They have a long-standing reputation in the Quinte region for being passionate about supporting charities that directly help this community. Together, they support well over a dozen charitable organizations and have been recognized with several awards individually and as business owners. There are a couple of people referenced for saying this, and there have been a few different iterations, and this is one of them. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. After getting to know Eric and Liz, I believe their commitment and dedication to support is determined through direct involvement and experience. If they are going to get behind something, they want to know about it. They get involved so they can understand the impact. They aren't the people who are going to give because they can. They support because they understand what it means to be given an opportunity. Because of this involvement, Eric and Liz truly know what it feels like when we speak of the Y creating a sense of belonging, the friendships that are formed, and the opportunities that exist at the Y to better one's mental, physical, and social health. They speak about these great things to others and advocate on the YMCA's behalf. The YMCA was introduced to Eric through a mutual community contact as a prospect for chairing the 2019 YMCA Strong Kids campaign. After learning more about what was involved, Eric agreed to co-chair the campaign. We met Liz very shortly after when she also joined the committee, and along with a few other well-regarded community members, the 2019 campaign was a great success. But it's not always about the total funds raised that makes a campaign a success. Are you able to connect people to a cause they may not have known about before? As a recipient of the YMCA Peace Medallion, it's not about raising totals or raising fundraising totals. It's about embodying and demonstrating the values of peace, the acronym, participation, empathy, advocacy, community, and empowerment. We have certainly seen Eric's staff team from Impacto Protective Products attending or participating at our fundraising events. Eric connects people to our cause. He creates awareness and opportunities for learning and enjoyment for his staff team. Eric is an influencer and uses his influence in a positive way. He is an advocate, a supporter, and what I would call a friend of the Y. If you look up the definition of peace, it often refers to war or conflict. Peace can mean different things to different people. To me, peace goes hand in hand with caring. And if you look up the definition of caring, it is displaying kindness and concern for others. In March 2020, when the whole world seemed to shut down, Eric, whose company normally manufactures protective products like mechanical gloves and other safety gear, was able to incorporate into their production protective face masks. Not only did this production of masks directly help our frontline workers when the supply of masks were low, it also meant Eric was able to keep his staff team employed. What a perfect example of working together to create harmony in the community. Eric has received a number of business awards and was recently recognized by the Quinte Business Achievement Awards as Business Person of the Year 2021. His commitment to our community was clearly demonstrated when his company, Impacto Protective Products, was recognized for hiring and supporting graduates from our very own Loyalist College. Liz, you are our 2021 Quinte Region Strong Communities Campaign Co-Chair. This is our first year combining two regions together to increase our fundraising efforts and reach. We tried last year, but well, it seems 2020 was a write-off for many things. Liz, you are impressive and fearless, leading our fundraising efforts while we are still in a pandemic. You leave no tables unturned, always giving more than 100% to any meeting, initiative, or event. You encourage everyone to participate. You hold the committee, including the staff, accountable. You expect a certain level of performance, and you lead by example. I speak on behalf of the YMCA staff team who get to work with you, that we learn so much from you. You are an absolute pleasure to be around, and we appreciate you so much. Liz's community work does not stop with the Y. She is recognized for her longtime work with the Belleville General Hospital and is the current Children's Foundation Vice Chair of the Board and Gala Chair. Liz has received awards for her community fundraising work and was recently awarded the Connie Carson Community Champion Award for Compassion from the Enrichment Center for Mental Health. After getting to know both Eric and Liz personally over the past 3 years, it doesn't surprise me to find out that their Y journey began much longer than 3 years ago. Liz grew up in a Y family. In their hometown of St. Catharines, Liz's mom began volunteering as a YMCA Aquafit instructor, eventually becoming the aquatic director. Liz's first job was in the YMCA daycare before moving on to work 6 consecutive summers as a summer camp leader. I know how hard these camp leaders work. If you work 6 years in a row, you are a Y person. Liz, you're a Y person. Eric's family has been longtime supporters of the Y as members and donors. In speaking with Eric's mom, she told me that when Eric was a baby, she used to bring him to the Y while she participated in yoga classes. She would take him in his car seat and place him where he could watch. Eric, I'm sure you must have retained some of those moves. And after being subjected to all those funny moves back then, I'm not really sure why when we perform our weekly workouts, you don't seem to like my fancy moves like curtsy lunges. It's not really that far off yoga, but oh well, at least I know that if we need yoga class coverage, I can ask you because your office is just down the street. All joking aside, Eric and Liz, you are extraordinary examples of what having a solid foundation of core values deeply rooted within you looks like. You understand that not everyone has the same things, and you advocate on behalf of others to ensure equal opportunities can exist. Thank you both for all of your hard work. I would love to invite Eric and Liz to say a few words.
Okay, thanks, Amanda, for the kind words. And I'm going to say thanks to my mom for not giving you any pictures of those yoga sessions when I was 4 years old. Congratulations to all the recipients, past and present. I'm sure we can all agree that this is a tremendous honor, to say the least. As many of you know, Liz and I wear our affection for the Y on our sleeves, but today we thought we would wear it on our heads, and here we go.
Yay!
I gave it a 50-50 as to whether Liz would put that on. I thought she was going to hang me up to dry, but yeah, you look great, Liz. My journey with the Y began at a very young age, as Amanda mentioned, with swimming lessons, yoga, ball hockey sessions in the gym, or basketball. It was always a safe and inclusive place to play, and that's, I think, the core of what makes the Y great. It wasn't until we started taking part in the YMCA fundraising campaigns that I truly started understanding the great work and the programs the YMCA offered. It's been my absolute privilege to help raise money for the Y for many years. But just to be clear, I won't be eating Carolina Reaper peppers to raise money. The polar dip was bad enough. that's my line in the sand. But to be recognized by the YMCA is a very special thing, and to share this award with Lizzie makes it even more meaningful. So I want to throw it over to my favorite person, my best friend, the absolute love of my life. Lizzie, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I feel I'm blushing from all the praise we're getting. I am a friend of the Y. My journey with the Y started when I was little. I don't know who was happier to hear that Eric and I are being honored, Eric and I, or my parents, who've been a part of the Y themselves their entire lives. So I do want to say that Eric and I were thrilled to be honored together. It meant so much because I know that I only can do what I do for the charities in our community because of Eric. And, you know, he gives lots of himself as well, and his company can sponsor events and do donations, and I can be on the ground running around getting silent auction items and helping set up events like the event we're holding on November 27th at the Dugout. If anyone doesn't have their tickets, just thought I'd plug it. So I know that Eric and I can't do it. Neither of us could do what we do in isolation. So it meant so much when Amanda said that we were going to win it together. So I do want to say congratulations to the other winners. I think this is a huge thing for all of us to be acknowledged. And I know I speak for a lot of people who volunteer, is that it's beneficial to us personally to volunteer. We get to make amazing relationships and you get to feel good about helping your community. And I know Eric and I believe so strongly that the Y does so much for the community that it's actually an honor to support the Y. So then to be recognized for our work is even better. So thank you, Amanda, and thank you everyone for recognizing Eric and I. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Eric and Liz. Okay, and for our final Peace Medal recipients, we are going to honor the late John Williams, which was presented to Heather Williams and the Williams family by David Allen, President and CEO of the YMCA of Central East Ontario.
And I'm unmuted. Good. You know, Eric, you always have to be careful because we have a grocer in the room that can supply ghost peppers, and we have somebody that's done it. And I'm kind of thinking maybe a Peace Week pepper challenge in the future. I'll just throw that out there. So, John Williams, son, husband, father, co-founder, grandfather, leader, Mr., Sir, businessman, board member, chair, co-chair, mayor, and the title he cherished the most, honorary colonel. John Williams is the co-founder of Williams Hotels. He is the former mayor of the city of Quinte West, an honorary colonel at CFB Trenton, was extremely passionate and committed to the community, Quinte region. He lived his day by the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. He was kind to others and was extremely passionate and committed to this community. John Williams was a champion, a true leader who led by example. With his tenacity and determination, he had as been mentioned twice now, a get her done mentality. Because his legacy projects of mayor included bringing the YMCA to the city of Quinte West, the building of the Trent Port Marina, as well as establishing a stronger bond and relationship with the municipality and CFB Trenton. He stood with many when he never missed one repatriation ceremony at the base, which led to the formation of the Highway of Heroes. That led to his leadership with the Afghanistan Repatriation Memorial. John always made time to mentor other entrepreneurs and gave generously of his time and resources to support numerous not-for-profit organizations. He was a longtime chair of the Quinte Economic Development Commission, a member of the Trenton Memorial Hospital Foundation, a member of the Albert College Board of Governors, chair of the Belleville General Hospital Excellence for Life fundraising campaign, a member of the Loyalist College Board of Governors, and served on the board and was co-chair of the Heart and Home Building Campaign for Hospice Quinte Care Center, which is our newest center here in the city of Belleville. I had the privilege of meeting and getting to know and work with John when he was mayor of the city of Quinte West. I thank John for leading the charge for building and the support of a new YMCA and bringing our services to the city of Quinte West. In doing so, he gave us at the Y the opportunity to build strong relationships with the citizens of Quinte West, and in particular, the Council of the Day and future councils. The relationships born beyond the walls of the YMCA, including with Mayor Jim Harrison and his wife Jane, Councilors Michael Kotzavos, Leslie Roseblade, Karen Sharp, and the rest of council, CAO David Clazy and Charlie Murphy before him, have time and time again showed the support for our organization and the work we do to build a healthy community. The seed of friendship and cooperation was planted by John Williams, and that seed has flourished over time, and we thank John for planting that seed. And I'd just like to tell a quick John Williams story and how John could make you feel special no matter whether you were. I was taking my son Carter to an appointment at Dundas Clinic. He was getting some blood work done, and it was really, there was probably 25 people all sitting in chairs, and Carter was taken to the back, and in he came, larger than life, sporting that blue suit and that baby blue tie. And John comes in, and if you, for those of you who know John Williams, you can tell that voice anywhere. And he looked and he said, he was saying hello to people, and I was sitting down at near the end, and all of a sudden I heard, "Hey, there's Dave Allen." And it was loud, and everybody looked over at me, and I kind of felt kind of embarrassed, but at the same time I felt John Williams just recognized me in public. And so I went over and we started to have a conversation, and Carter comes out. He could hear John's voice, and Carter comes out, and I introduced Carter to John. And John, "Nice to meet you, Carter. Must be tough keeping up with this guy, eh? I guess you got to really take care of him, eh?" And he laughed and he said, "No, Carter, your dad's a good man." And Carter never forgot that, and I'll never forget that. John was a very, very special individual who I was privileged to get to know and work with. So it is really my honor to present to Heather, Brad, Ryan, and the Williams family the 2021 YMCA Peace Medal for the work of a great man, John Williams, community advocate, supporter, and friend. Thank you very much. And Heather and Ryan or Brad, turn it over to any of you.
Thank you, David. Very happy to be here today. We're incredibly honored that Dad was chosen for this award. Congratulations to Dave McNabb and Dave Morello. We don't know you personally, but you sound like amazing people. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Leighton family, to Liz and Eric, who we know they are amazing people, do so much for their community. I know your family is very proud, and congratulations to you. You all truly embody the spirit of this prestigious award. I understand that the values that one must demonstrate to be considered are also the acronym for peace, participation, empathy, advocacy, community, and empowerment. Dad truly lived these values in his everyday life with an emphasis on community. He found his calling when he became mayor of Quinte West, an honorary colonel, and he was the happiest when he could work with local people, citizens, and military personnel. Thank you to the men and women who nominated Dad and posthumously awarded him with this distinction. I'm sure if he's with us today, looking on, I'm sure that he would find a million reasons why other people deserve this award, not him, as he was very humble and never one to enjoy flattery. Thank you for inviting us to participate in this ceremony, and may we all go forward inspired by this award and peace.
On behalf of my husband, John, and our whole family, I would like to thank you all for this incredible honor and tribute. John would be very humbled to receive such a prestigious award. John was absolutely passionate about Quinte West, and bringing the YMCA to Quinte West was one of his most proudest achievements of all. I know that he knew how much this was going to be needed and how it would change so many lives for the better. I would like to congratulate Eric and Liz Leighton and also all the other very worthy recipients. And it's very heartwarming to know that these people are in our communities and helping to make lives better for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Quinte West is the best.
Thank you so much, the Williams family. And so that brings us to the end of our ceremony today. So I'm going to pass it back to Ron Riddell, General Manager of the Quinte West Branch, for closing comments.
Thank you, Kara. YMCA Peace Week is a time for us to reach out and act for peace. When people act for peace, they build community by promoting a sense of belonging, fostering empathy, embracing different cultures, and addressing inequality throughout the world. I think we can all agree that we could use more peace in our world. That concludes our Peace Medal ceremony for 2021. Congratulations to this year's recipients, and thank you all for attending.
And Heather and Brad and Ryan, we will deliver the Peace Medal to you. Heather will make some arrangements, and Eric and Liz, same thing. And David, I know that you've been into the Y, and Dave Morello, we will make sure that you are delivered your Peace Medals. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you all.
So we're at the Y 7:30 tomorrow, Dave. 7:30 a.m.
No.